Today on CJ Off-Road, we've ditched the hardtop on my 2018 JL, and we're going to show you how to install a brand new Mopar soft top. Now, one of the nice things about a soft top is you've got the versatility to take the top down and remove the windows without having to pull off a bulky hardtop, grab a friend to remove that, and all that nonsense. The Mopar soft top is one of the best on the market, and it's made by the same guys that are designing your Jeep as a factory top, so you know everything's going to work the way it should. Now here at CJ's, we sell it in both the sailcloth material as well as the black twill. Today we're going to be installing the sailcloth material, but the installation steps will be the exact same for both parts. Now I'm going to go through and show you the steps of installing a soft top on your four-door JL. Now we are going to do some slight assembly here on the table, but I want to go over some of the bolts and hardware that is included. Now as you can see, everything that you need to install this on your Jeep is included right here in the kit, and the only tools that you're going to need is the factory toolkit that comes with every JL Wrangler. So you're going to use the 2 Torx bits that come on here, as well as your small ratchet, and literally everything we're going to be assembling today will go on with just that. We've got some longer bolts here for your above channels, some smaller bolts that bolt on the miscellaneous hardware, but we're going to show you an easy way to get the top on, not spend too much time and make sure that it's done the right way. First thing we're going to do is assemble our soft top channel. So since we're going to be installing this on the driver's side, the exact same steps are going to be repeated on the passenger side. This is going to be the rear portion of the soft top channel, and where it actually lays on the top here and the window goes in on this front section. Now you're going to need 2 pieces. You're going to have this actual soft top channel, and then this is actually your C-pillar here that'll just follow along and go right down to the body of your Jeep. Now what you want to make sure of is that when you're installing this, both of these standoffs face the back of the Jeep on the right side. So you can see when we line this up and actually push it into place, you can see the channels are the exact same, as well as all the moldings match up completely. Just make sure you do that. It's a really important step. You can't really put them on backwards because it does notch into place, but just make sure you do it this way with both of these sections facing towards the back. Now in order to get it bolted on, we're going to flip it over. As you can see here, the seal does freely go on and off. There's a little notch here and then a notch on the top that'll get it into the right spot. You want to make sure that that's fully seated with this rubber section facing towards the front of the Jeep. So when you lay it down in there, it'll notch into place and sit there nice and tightly. Now the next thing you want to do is go ahead and grab your shoulder bolts like this with the washer on them and just get them started right through the top here. Get that one started. Throw a washer on our next one. And then also get that one started there on this lower one as well. Then using the smaller of the Torx bits, you're going to go ahead and get these both tightened up. Just always feel on the back side to make sure the seal is staying in the right spot. Now after these are both tightened up, I like to go back and forth and ensure that they're just about in the right spot there. These are all plastic pieces, so you don't have to go anything crazy to get these lined up. After you've done this on this driver's side, make sure to go over and repeat the exact same step on the passenger side. Now since we've got that rear section assembled, the front section does not require any assembly as far as before you can put it on the Jeep. Now we are going to go ahead and grab the right-hand side, and you can tell it's the right side when you flip this over and you can see the hanging pieces are towards you, and this is towards the back of the vehicle. This serrated section that has the flat piece is going to go towards the back of the Jeep, while this is going to go at the front end. Now underneath it here, there's going to be 2 slotted sections. These actually notch into your roll cage, and you can feel a perfect fit. It'll be nice and snug. So we're going to go ahead and set it on the Jeep and then use the included bolts to get it tightened down. We're going to set this on the roll cage, ensuring that both of these are going underneath the rubber seal. Then we're going to feel up top there, the little notch area. It'll actually pop into place. That one's in, and that one's in there. It was actually a little bit more of a pop than I was anticipating. We're going to go ahead and grab the 2 bolts, pinch that in there, and then get them tightened up. You're going to go ahead and grab your long bolt that looks just like this with a washer already installed, put it through that hole, and then there's a hole in the sport bar, and you can just start to thread it into its location up top. I'm going to do the exact same right here with the front one. There's going to be 2 for each side, and then still using our long Torx bit from our toolkit, go ahead and get these nice and snugged up. Then after those are snugged up, we're going to go ahead and install the rear section right over the rear door. Now to move on to the larger rear section, grab your already assembled piece. Now trust me, that makes it a heck of a lot easier to do. And then this lower section will notch in right into place there. Got 2 notches. Set that in. The front will also notch in. That section will notch in. Make sure they're all pushed down. Feeling good. This is underneath the seal and looking good as well. Then we're gonna flip these up and go ahead and use those long bolts into the front and the rear one here. So just making sure that they're notched in there, which they are. So same long bolts as before up front. I'm gonna go ahead and just get them in. And I like to get them started by hand. And once again, still with the toolkit here, go ahead and get them snugged up. Now we've got the front and the rear tightened down, the rear section and the front section tightened down. We've got to install a few more pieces in the back, but first I'm gonna repeat this same process doing these channels over on the driver's side. So to make sure all that's on, then we can move on to the rear and start tinkering with that. Okay guys, so we already did the channel over on the other side. Now we've moved on to the rear. There's a couple things that you've got to do to get everything prepped before you can put the soft top on. The first thing back here is actually going to be this bracket, which holds on your tailgate bar as well as your side windows. The JL incorporates a zipperless design, which actually clips into this section, and then your tailgate bar will go right under here. So what you're gonna do is make sure that this one is going to go on the right side and it'll face out. You really can't put these on the wrong way because they are molded like so, but this is the one for the passenger side, so in case you're doing it, just follow along with this. The bolt you're gonna use is this almost hardtop looking bolt. It's a larger bolt that uses the bigger of the torque spits included in your kit, and you're gonna put it through this hole here, and then we'll go ahead and get this tightened down. Okay guys, I've climbed up inside my Jeep. It feels a little bit weird standing in here, but you gotta do it for the video to make sure you guys can follow along. So the first thing we're gonna do is pop off this plastic piece. It's right in the center of the lower section of your roll cage. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna go underneath right here. There's a little gap, and just try and get it from straight on. And pop the 2 clips off. I don't think we broke them. No, we didn't. That's a good thing. And now you're gonna have 2 separate pieces that look exactly like this. There's one for right hand, it says 4-door, and it says up. So you really can't mess this up. Just the right hand is gonna be your passenger side. And what you're gonna do is angle it just like this to go along with the contour of the body. There's 2 pins, slide them in. Then we're gonna grab 2 of the larger bolts and washers. There's 8 in total. They're all 8 gonna be used with this bracketry here, and go ahead and tighten them in. So you'll know which ones are the right ones because you're only gonna have 8 of these with the larger washers. 4 of them are gonna be used on each side. We're only gonna be installing 2 now on this intersection. Once we grab the top, they're actually gonna come through like this and bolt that locking mechanism onto the soft top. But for now, once again with the toolkit, get it lined up. And as always, I get them started by hand here just to make sure we have everything lined up the right way before I get on it with the ratchet. Get it snugged up. Go ahead and get them tightened up. The cool thing about this bracketry back here, even though you remove that plastic trim panel, you can leave this on if you decide to put your hardtop back on. It's not gonna interfere with anything, unless you wanna just keep this aside, pop this off and throw this back on in the wintertime. Personally, I'm just gonna leave this on. It's less effort, and when I go to throw the soft top back on this summer, it's not gonna affect anything. Now we're gonna grab a buddy and set this up into place. Is yours in? Yep. Okay. So you're gonna pop this bolt into the channel there, and then you're gonna use those last 2 remaining with the large washers to go in this top and the lower one right there. Now we're gonna flip the whole top back. You got it? You got it? Yep. And then this section up front is gonna slide. I don't know if I got it. Did it? No, I didn't. Now with both of them in the channel, go ahead and give the top a flip up. And then somehow Brendan's tall enough to reach that. I definitely am not. We're gonna pull it down, drop the visors, and latch it up front. Now the JL is definitely different than the JK in the fact that it does not use zippers at all. So this will take some getting used to, putting these windows on, but there's a small channel right here at the top. Make sure it's all the way pulled forward. And you can tuck this front section down under. Then we'll get the lower seal in by working it from the front. The rear is the exact same way. It's going to have a completely zipperless construction. So basically you've got to slide the top panel and once you have it all the way through, you're going to put both sides underneath their channels. Tuck that up in there. Put this side on. Here, if you've got the rear window in, the install is going to be complete. It's a really nice feature to have a soft top on there, and we'll go over it a little bit more, pull it outside, let it heat up, and then show you guys some of the features. All right, guys, well, it actually was raining yesterday, so we went outside today to do the full review of the soft top. We got it all installed, and it's a nice sunny day, and I've got to be honest, it was a super simple installation to get this all done. The Mopar fitment and quality is the exact same that you get from the factory, so you know it's the exact fit for your vehicle. Now, I really like the tinted windows on the back, as well as the sailcloth material. I think it's going to be just great for my JL Wrangler. Now, like I said before, the installation instructions are going to be the exact same for the twill as well as the sailcloth, so just follow along. The sailcloth is obviously just a little bit different than the twill, but the instructions are going to be the exact same. It's going to take you about an hour with only one tool needed, and you've already got it in your Jeep from your toolkit. If you want to find the soft top as well as many other great parts for your JL or JT Wrangler, be sure to check us out at cjponyparts.com. Hope you enjoyed that video. To stay up to date on our CJ Off-Road videos, make sure to subscribe up top here, and for any other installs, make sure to click the link right above.